Hey, what's up? That saying that they have out there that nothing is more important than your health or health is wealth. Let me tell you, it's 100% true. Can we do 150% true? I'm telling you, doesn't matter what you have, what you own, who you are. If your health is not in order or you have a health issue or something came up, you will give up literally everything in order to have your health back. It doesn't matter what your hobbies are, what you're into, what your political beliefs are, where you are in life, your ethnic background, whatever it is. If you don't have your health, right, you have nothing. You can't contribute, your entire family is absorbed into your health issues, you're absorbed into your health issues, life basically stops. If I could go back in time, which is impossible, and not be so preoccupied with the external, I'm a product of the world we live in, and about the right clothing and the right haircut and, working out and all that other stuff that was all this part, I wouldn't have missed the health issue that I had and being diagnosed with BPH, which basically is an oversized prostate. And I have a lot of regret, I really honestly do, because I had some knowledge of what was going on 4 or 5 years ago when my PSA levels, which is the marker in your blood, they take a blood sample, it's a marker, it's a screening actually, that if it gets up too high, it's something that you need to look at, for possible cancer. It doesn't always mean cancer. Most cases it doesn't, but it is a marker that you should go get checked out. And I knew this, but because I got screened and I went through the whole thing and I didn't have cancer, I went about my life. And for 4 years, I opted not to go to the doctor because of other priorities in my life, which were, definite priorities in my life. My family, my dad was dying, etc. My mom needed some support and help. And so, I put my health on the back burner. But during that time, I paid the price because I ignored the urologist. My chair's going down. There we go. As I was saying, I ignored the urologist's advice to come and see him every 6 months to keep an eye on the prostate growth. And 5 years later, it was too late because the prostate had gotten to such a size that I couldn't go to the bathroom anymore. And that led me to 5 months of catheter and health issues and infections and eventually a surgery. Now, could I have avoided that? I don't know. But what I do know is that I wasn't proactive, and I'll never know. And that's the part that I've had to have a sort of come to Jesus, if you will, that had I been more proactive, had I not been distracted, had I not cared so much about the outside and given 1/10 of a fraction of the time towards my internal health, would I have gone through this 5-6 month health crisis? I don't know. But what I can say is that if you're listening to this, is don't take it for granted. Just because you're healthy doesn't mean you're always going to be. At the end of the day, who cares if the car has a new shiny paint job and brand new rims if the engine doesn't work? And I use it as a metaphor for this machine, this body that we have to get us through life. Doesn't matter if it's got a full head of hair, doesn't matter if it's got no wrinkles, doesn't matter if it's got a 6-pack, if inside is not working. Whether it's your heart health or, in this particular case, your prostate health, right? It doesn't make a difference because the car's going to sit there all nice and shiny and brand new, but it's going to stay in the driveway. It's the same way with your body. All shiny and new, but it's going to sit in the driveway or on the couch. You've got to get checked out. You go see your doctor, spend some of that money that you're thinking about getting hair plugs or a new ab machine or supplements or anti-aging cream. Spend a bit of that money on your health, because that actually is the most important thing that we have in our lives. Without that, you truly have nothing. Disclaimer, super, super important. And it's got to be said, because this is my personal journey with information about what I learned that I can share with you. However, that said, anyone watching this video should follow instructions and guidelines as given by their own doctors and or nurses, and to refer to your healthcare professional for any problem or questions. Super important. You start there. I'm an absolute advocate for your doctors and your nurses and professional healthcare workers to give you the most vital information for your health. What I'm offering is my personal journey and what I went through, right, and the things that I learned. The choice is yours, but I do believe that many of these things that I have learned are super important that nobody's talking about, and that's the goal at the end of the day, is to share my experience and you learn something, so hopefully you have less pain, less suffering, less shame, less. Thanks.